Welcome back, riders. We're back here at Six Flags Great America for Fright Fest, joined here by McLovin.
What's going on?
Welcome back to the channel.
Thank you so much. This is my first full visit to Fright Fest before. I've been to Fright Fest here a couple times before, but I've never done any of the haunts, never done the full experience. I'm super excited for this.
Very fortunate to be here on behalf of Six Flags Great America. We've got express passes for the haunts. You just said you've never done them.
No, I've never done it.
I've never done them either. So we're going to see what it's all about. But a little less focus on rides today. We're going to go show off everything Fright Fest has to offer. They got shows, they've got all the scare zones and everything, so we'll just try to show it all off and stuff. So,
sounds good.
Yeah, let's head on in. Honestly, probably my favorite attraction all year at Six Flags Great America, Terror Twister 2. It is the teacups on steroids. Let's do it. So something that I believe is new this year, they're doing kind of two different phases throughout the day. They have like the old school classic playlist from park open to 6 p.m. And then from 6 p.m. to park close, they're doing a Los Muertos playlist. So a little bit of a different feel this year. I really like it though. Alrighty, we did Terror Twister 2 here. Fantastic. It's so good.
One of the greatest haunt concepts ever. Like a teacup rave
Awesome.
Completely indoors. Like, it's incredible. Honestly, this is must do if you're at this park. 100%.
Yes, 100%. If you're coming here for Fright Fest, you have to do it. Like, do not skip it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so amazing.
Well, not specifically something for Fright Fest. They did finish repainting Raging Bull, and it looks fantastic. So if you get here throughout the rest of the season, definitely give it some good looks. It looks really good. So something else during Fright Fest they have is special food offerings. So I'll try to show them off whenever I see them in the park. First one we stumbled upon is this one right by the Bourbon Street Cafe. It's pretty cool. I guess while we're here, they also have a limited time pumpkin spice funnel cake. So that interests you. It's right next to the Columbia Carousel right here. All right, over here next to Big Lou's, there's a bar here, and these are the drinks they offer. So a bunch of blood bags, things of that sort. I don't personally drink, so I don't know how they are, but they look pretty cool and creative. Okay, over here at Steelworks Pub, we have this limited time pizza they have, and then they actually have on the snack plan the graveyard pudding, which I totally forgot. I really liked it last year, so I'm definitely gonna try this out later. And then also at Steelworks Pub, they have, I believe this is the same drink menu as up towards Superman and Big Lou's, but there's another option with the bar right over here to the left. So something else you could partake in for the rest of the season here at Six Flags Great America is Oktoberfest. I'm not going to dive into it in this video, but I did try it out last week and I had a lot of the food and I was pretty impressed. The kielbasa was good, the German mac and cheese was amazing, and then they had sausage on a stick too, which is really cool. So definitely check this out if you're here too. Over here by Funnel Cake Foundry. Over here by Goliath. I believe these are the same options that were at the front of the park. Funnel Cake place, so we have these, and then of course over here is the pumpkin spice limited time too. All right, over here by the food court in front of X-Flight. We got another one of these pizzas. I believe this is the same one they have at Steel Fest. But if you come over here, we have the Grim Ripper Dog. Pretty cool. Further down from the food court, closer to Wrath, we have the Demon Drumstick. I actually really like that they're leading into the rides here for the name, so that's pretty cool. Over here by the 3-Point Challenge, we have another bar. So again, I think all these menus are the same, but more options for you. I guess I missed this one earlier today. This is by Fiesta Fries Cantina, over by Raging Bull. They got this Scorchin' Walkin' Saka. Here we have some more limited time food. This is for the Midway Munchies truck they have here. This is in front of X-Flight here, so a bunch of mac and cheese balls. Over here by Batman, they have Scream Shop, which has Fright Fest merchandise. Let's take a look at it. I feel like pretty much anything you could think of they have here. The store itself is actually pretty cool. They got these lights, a bunch of cobwebs and lighting. Pretty cool in here. I don't think I've ever been in here. Looks nice. So there's actually two things. I'm not sure if they're new this year or not, but we have the interactive lanterns. So you can buy one of these, take them around the park, and they have various points where you can kind of activate little scenes and stuff. So they have those, and then the Nobu necklaces. There they are here too. So if you want to come to Fright Fest and take in all the sights and sounds, but don't want to actually get scared, you can get one of these, and they won't scare you. So I'm just getting some off-ride of Flash. I actually really like this. This attraction is closed due to haunting. Nice little touch. They didn't have to do that, but they did. So over here, next to the go-karts, we have Forbidden Forest. I'm filming this now because this is where the chainsaws are. It's extremely loud, so I feel like you wouldn't be able to hear me over it, but this is one of my favorite areas. It's usually super foggy, and the chainsaws are really cool. So this is what I was talking about with the interactive lantern. You can kind of find these around the park, and then you show it to that, and then this will do something. Not entirely sure, but yeah, pretty cool. Here in Hometown Square, this is where they are hosting the Boo Fest. This is geared towards children. Not an event I'm going to dive into super deep myself, but looks family friendly for all ages. Alright, so similar to Terror Twister 2, we have Roulette Morgue, Roulette Dodge, Halloween overlay for the bumper cars here. A lot of the same stuff. They kind of have music, lights, and fog, I believe. I haven't done it in a while, though. Let's try it out. Okay, we just did Roulette Morgue, or Roulette Dodge. Pretty good bumper car, especially for Fright Fest here.
Yeah. These old cars are the best because they have a lot more pumping power. The newer ones are a little bit more neutered. These, when you do like a head-on collision, you feel it.
Of course, this one's really cool because it doesn't have the divider in the middle, so it's just a free-for-all for everyone.
Yeah, those are always the best.
We started kind of apart from each other, and we just started with a head-on collision with speed. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so. We hate each other. It's okay.
Clearly. All right, let's do a quick update for the day. Time is currently 4:49, so day's been going pretty good. We've been getting on a bunch of rides and stuff. Did go back to the car for a bit. I need to charge my phone to get through the night. I think that was the first time I ever slept in a car. That was kind of fun, I guess, but feeling fresh and rejuvenated. So we're gonna go grab dinner real quick, and then it's gonna start to get dark. We're gonna do Uprising, and then the haunts are gonna start to open up. So we're gonna start to get a little more into the traditional haunt stuff for Fright Fest. So let's have fun. One other thing I wanted to touch on, got the rain jacket. So it was supposed to rain like all day. Obviously it hasn't so far, but it looks like it might come at like 9 o'clock or so. So we'll kind of navigate that, but at least the haunts are inside and stuff.
Terror and go through the night. There is no escape.
Knox for president!
So right across the way from Big Easy Balloons, we have Six Saints Cemetery. There's too much to show in one video here, but this is the graveyard for all the past attractions and whatnot in the park. And honestly, this is one of the better ones out there because they actually have like funny things on the tombstones and stuff. But if you've been coming here for years and stuff, there's a lot of cool just memorabilia and all things like that. Like that's a boat for Buccaneer Battle right there. It's just Shockwave, of course, is always one of the funniest ones with Wizard, Yankee Clipper. Over here we have cars from the old autos, and there's a little basket for the Enterprise they used to have. So if you're kind of like a historian, you used to come here a lot over the years and stuff, there's a lot of cool stuff to look at here. It's really nice.
Do you still dare to enter this cursed place? Prepare to face your ultimate fear. Lurking in every shadow is a ghoul waiting to steal your soul. Like hounds, they can smell your terror. They can hear your heart race.
Alright, so the time is currently 6:20. The uprising already happened, so we kind of figured we're going to go throughout the park. Just kind of take you land by land. So we're going to hitch a right here, and we'll kind of showcase the scare zones, and we'll do the mazes when we come up to them and let you know our thoughts. So this is the first scare zone we are encountering, Wretched Meadows. They got people with hatchets, looks like. This one's always a good one. The fog's usually pretty good, and there's a couple of hiding places, so scare actors get the people pretty decent in here. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of Fright Fest here, is walking under these lights. I just think they're pretty cool. Alright, it's time for my first ever Six Flags Great America Haunt that stayed at Wretched Meadows. Alright, here we are. I've never been inside here. This is where Hay Baler used to be, I believe. A little flat ride, so yeah, looking nice. Alright, we just finished the stayed at Wretched Meadows. I'm actually kind of surprised.
That was actually really cool. So it's
Yeah.
basically a haunted estate, like deep in the woods, but it was super long.
It
like,
was
felt
long,
like it
yes.
never ended. And there was some, the animatronics especially are actually really cool in there.
Some of them were pretty gory too, which I wasn't quite expecting that. No, I actually really liked it. I also liked it was just us two together walking through there, a little more intricate, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
which I don't know if that's an express thing or not.
yeah, but no, overall, I'm pretty impressed so far. So that's one down, and we have 4 more left.
Yep.
All right, moving on from the estate, we are in Los Muertos, which I believe is new this year. This isn't so much a scare zone, just more kind of fun and stuff, you know, which I kind of like the change of pace. I like the music, and of course, I talked earlier, Terror Twister 2 has that different playlist for 6 p.m. on. A lot of cute stuff in here. All right, up next here is the Underworld. This used to be a one-way, at least a couple years ago, but now you could travel both ways. This one's another good one that's pretty spooky. It's small, a lot of hiding places for the scare actors, so there's some good stuff in here. I probably, throughout my years of going here, this is probably where people scream the most, besides the chainsaws, probably? I don't know, it's pretty cool. So coming to life during this Fright Fest is what the park's been working on for Demon. A bunch of lighting and fog. No audio at the moment. I hope they're working on that, but what they have going so far is looking really good. Here's some more of that lighting closer towards the station.
Enjoy your ride on the Demon. We'll see you in a bit. Hopefully. Bye-bye.
here by X-Flight. This is where Headbangers is. This is where the people are that are able to like slide around on the ground and stuff with the sparks. So this is over here. They're kind of dressed like Raft this year. They're kind of like blue and stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right, up next here is Big Top Tear. This is in Kotzopolis, right next to the entrance for American Eagle. Let's check it out.
We did Big Top Tear. We kind of had the same opinions. You know, it kind of started off weak. We were like, this is kind of it, but then the second half was really good.
Yeah, it fires up into like this really weird maze and into the vortex tunnel. Like,
yeah.
It like turns it up to 11. You're just constantly like, where am I going? You're so disoriented.
We don't know if that was an actual maze or not. Like, if you know, please let me know. But I was the first leader of the pack, of course. And I have no idea if I was like going the right way or not. That was fun though and cool.
Yeah.
There were a lot more scare actors in the second half, and then that tunnel was really cool too.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, so another thumbs up for me.
Yeah, easily.
All right, up next here is Saw. We have the 3 IP houses left. I did the roller coaster in the UK, so let's see how the haunt is.
All right, we just wrapped up Saw. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty cool. I'm vaguely familiar with the Saw franchise. I've seen like 1 or 2 movies, and I thought it was a cute little love letter. A lot of interesting props, a lot of nods to the movies.
There's some dark stuff in there.
Yeah, some very dark stuff in there. The big guy was everywhere. He was like the monster of the entire haunt. He was pretty cool.
Got me good a couple times, I will say.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the Saw franchise. I thought it was still pretty solid. I'd probably pick the other 2 first right now, but overall, they're still solid.
For sure.
All right, we're in the chainsaw area. I don't even know if you can hear me, but we're here, obviously. I think Little Dipper actually looks adorable for Fright Fest with all the, you know, spooky colors and the floodlights and stuff. They actually do a really good job presenting this one. And now we're in Henchman Alley, which is the bridge kind of walking from the go-karts to Flash Planet. It's hard to see in this one. They kind of blind you, so something could be right against you right here. Spooky. All right, second to last, we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is over here kind of towards the picnic area. A little bit different.
God, it's so dark they can barely see us, but
It looks pretty intimidating.
yeah, exactly, spooky, right? We both had the same thought. Set design was really cool on that one.
Yeah, it was like so immersive. It tells the story really well. There
Yeah.
were so many really intricate scenes. Like it really demonstrated the whole franchise. Even though I'm not too familiar with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I said you're not either.
I'm not at all.
But that was really cool.
Yeah, I thought the sets were really done well. The like bus, if that was a bus or something, that one was sickening. Thumbs up overall.
It was awesome.
All right, next scare zone is Oddity, Circus of Madness. This is underneath Joker.
What was that last thing you saw?
All right, we saved supposedly the best for last. I've heard great things about this house. Let's see what it's about.
All right, we finished The Conjuring, which means we did all 5 houses here.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Conjuring is really cool.
Yep.
A lot of interesting set pieces,
Yep.
and the animatronic at the end is legitimately terrifying.
No, I actually really liked the animatronic at the end. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was ginormous. So, but yeah, overall, I would say I was pretty impressed with the mazes here.
So I believe this is the last scare zone. I did not catch the name of it, but it's very foggy and they got some scary people running around here. This might be like one of the foggiest here. Now the lights make it all red and stuff. Overall, I do like it. Yeah, there's scary area there. There you go. I really like this whole area they have in the little midway here with this giant skeleton horsey thing. That's cool.
Wanna end me? Step on the glass, sample your tongue. Bury a friend, bury a friend.
I wanna end me.
All right, well, that's going to do it for today. The time is currently 10:30. Rain is coming.
As you can tell, we're already dressed up and ready for it.
Yeah, literally, it's like the biggest rain system I might have ever seen in my life. Literally, like 85-90% of Illinois is getting poured on right now, and it's hitting here momentarily.
To be fair, the initial forecast was saying it was going to be all day here, but
Yeah.
it hasn't really started until just now at 10:30.
It turned out to be a great day. We got really lucky, and we were here yesterday. I don't know if we ever mentioned that.
Yep.
And today we did just about everything ride-wise, so it turned out really well. And then in terms of Fright Fest, a huge thank you to Six Flags for helping us out today with Express for the haunts and stuff. Able to soak it all in. It was good. I really enjoyed the time.
Yeah, Fright Fest, this one especially, it's really, really good. Decorations and set theming, it's just great vibes all around. I absolutely, really, really highly recommend coming out of this Fright Fest at least once in your life.
Yeah, out of my 15 years covering this park, I'd never done the haunts before. Big success. I would say my top pick was at the States. I don't know about you, but I like the States.
Texas Chainsaw is my number one, but Estate's definitely my number two.
Yeah, so high praise for those. But yeah, it was great to check it all out. Great to soak it all in tonight and today. And Fright Fest is open 2 more weekends, I believe, this year. And then, of course, you can come back next year and years to come for Fright Fest. It's mid-September, I believe, through October weekend. So
Get your season pass now. You can get Fright Fest the rest of this year and all next year.
Yeah, very true. All right, thanks for checking out the video. And thank you again, Six Flags, for having us today. Push down, pull up, exit to the right. Hope you enjoyed the video. And go have your greatest day yet. Choo-choo, bye.